Welcome to another episode of Let Us Cast. It has been a while, man. With me, as always, is Bruce.
Hey, how's it going, man?
He's a big dumb animal, isn't he, folks?
I am indeed. I am indeed.
Yeah.
How's it going, sir? It has been a while. I think it's been like 2 months,
yeah.
Legit. 2 months.
I think so. It's just life kind of got in the way a little bit. Yeah. Life has kind of kicked the both of us in the balls.
Yes.
But yeah, we decided to kind of step away from the podcast for a bit, just focus on our lives, and see how that goes. And well, here we are.
Much the same and yet much different, man. Much the same and yet much different.
Little older, but none the wiser.
Exactly. I'm sporting my Aerosmith shirt today in solidarity for Steven Tyler, man.
Fucking A, man.
I kind of hate how they're still advertising on Facebook for the residency. It's like, dude, they canceled it, bro. Like, but whatever. Like, let him get better. You know what I mean? Like, I just hope that he's. It just sucks. Like, we've had the Fenway tickets for like 2 years now, and it's like, man, I hope. I mean, obviously his wellness comes first, but I really hope that they don't have to push it off again. You know.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously anybody's health, comes first and whatnot, but it's like, guys, like. Calm down.
Yeah.
When he gets better, when he is able to start doing his thing again, then you can start with the ads and whatnot. But like for now, just like hold off.
They're probably
let him
automated,
focus on
to be
himself.
honest. They're probably just automatically generated or something. But still, like someone can't go in there and just be like, click. You know what I mean? Like
like hey, hold off for right now.
Time out. Put the freeze on.
Got time out here. I gotta call time out here.
I do. Oh man, so yeah, we both have a lot to get to. So I actually, for this episode, I'm ready. It's gonna be one of those episodes, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot to tackle.
Yeah, it is.
If only we could tackle life back as much as it tackled us. Right now, though, I'm sporting some Mio. We are not.
Okay. I got some.
We're not sponsored, but I just spilled some Mio.
Okay. I've got some essentially homemade sugar-free Red Bull.
Oh, interesting.
And
you can make
my
Red
usual
Bull at home?
Zevia.
Zevia, nice.
Yeah. And then I get it's not sponsors, but it's like a syrup that you can get for like the Soda Stream. It's essentially it tastes like Red Bull.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I forgot you had a Soda Stream. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And does that mean you can basically just get seltzer if you just run it without any, like, flavors? Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Like, I have that, and I have some, like, lime, like, syrup or something like that you can put in there for, like, was it, like, Bubbly Brand or something like that?
Oh, right on. That's cool.
Or Buble if you want to be fancy and a dick.
A little bit of the Michael Bublé.
Fuck you.
Oh, I gotta tell you, beer after Mio does not taste so good. Because you get like that really sweet like fruit punch, and then you drink like really hoppy beer. I should have thought that through.
Dude,
That's really terrible. That combination.
that's why you're on this with me, because you don't think shit through.
It's very true. Very true.
I bet you're the kind of guy that goes drinks a glass of orange juice after he brushes his teeth too.
No, thankfully not.
Disgusting little prick.
Although that does annoy me at night, like when I get hungry after I've brushed my teeth. I'm like, God damn it! I've already brushed my teeth. I don't want to eat again, but I'm hungry.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, you can just go back and brush your teeth again.
Well, yeah, but
you know.
Look at me. Do I look like the kind of guy who wants to brush his teeth, 2 times in a row? No.
Look at me. Do I look like the kind of guy that can give fucking life advice on anything?
Touche.
Yes. Yes. Now enough about you and your tushy. What's been going on here, Bruce? What should we tackle here first?
Whew. Well, for one, as you could tell, new digs for me, right? So I've moved up to Manch Vegas, sir. I'm in Manchester, New Hampshire, which is a bit of a hike from Lowell, Massachusetts. But so yeah, long story short,
minutes.
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
45 minutes if you go the long way. Only 45 if you go the short way. So, long story short is Liz and I, my partner of 15 years, split up. So within the span of, I don't know, a month or less, I ended up no longer with my partner. I left my job, and I left the state that I was living in, and now I live up in New Hampshire. So much has changed in such a small amount of time. And it's been kind of a whirlwind of craziness. But actually, today it's kind of interesting that that things fell the way they did, because today I actually went to the apartment for the last time. I grabbed the last few bits of stuff from Liz. I said goodbye to Lebowski, our cat, because she's taking the cat. And I dropped off my keys in the rent box, so it's like official. Like, I'm not going back there again. I pulled the parking sticker off my car, so like I'm officially gone from there. We still have some other business we have to tend to, so we're gonna see each other at least one other time to swap. Yeah, technically 2 more times, because she's got to give me the title to the car. I'm gonna fix her bike for her, so I'll take the bike, then give it back when I'm done. But like, that's pretty much the end of that situation. The job transition has been really smooth and awesome. I've been working from home. Plus, most of my students transferred to virtual. I lost like 1 student in that whole thing, but I've gained like 2 or 3, which is fucking awesome. So, and one of my students is actually going to be taking up more time with me in the summer, which is really cool. Yeah, man, I've been working on some music. I'm working on an EP, and yeah, it's been great, honestly. Like, at first I was, as you helped me move, and when we first got here, there were people arguing and shit outside, and it was like, uh-oh, like, because I heard some rumors about Manchester. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of rough. But and so like the nerd in me was going on Google and being like, how bad of a city is Manchester? How bad of a city is Lowell? How bad of a city? And just like going through all these different iterations of like, how fucked am I, basically? And I was talking to a coworker of mine, and I was like, I heard some bad shit about Manchester, but I'm from Lowell. He's like, dude, Manchester's got nothing on Lowell. I'm like, oh, all right, right on. So it made me feel a lot better. And there hasn't been a peep, honestly, since I moved here. So yeah, man, new place, new job, no partner yet, new cat. Although I've been seeing some people, but but nothing official yet. So
yeah,
crazy times.
It's all good, man. Like, but that's the thing, man. It's just you progress.
Yeah, my thing is like, I've got 2 options. I could either sit and stew and shake my fist at the air and whatnot, or I could just and keep looking back, or I can just keep looking forward and keep moving ahead. And I've chosen to do the latter as much as possible. Have there been times where it's been really tough and I've been like, yeah, absolutely. But for the most part, I'm very proud to say that I've been pretty well, like, straight ahead, full steam ahead. So, that's really the thing, is you just got to keep pushing forward. And I think, again, I'm not the kind of guy to be giving life advice, but I do think that is advice that, anybody could adhere to or should adhere to, is just like, sort of like Kevin Smith would say, and I'm sure he didn't come up with it, but you can either curse the darkness or light a candle. I'm lighting a candle, maybe 5 or 10, and hopefully not setting off the smoke alarm. So.
I was gonna say setting off like 5 or 6 and burn the place down.
Yeah.
Like, I can't curse the darkness because the building's on fire in the daytime.
There's no lack of light here. I got a new cat though. I got a cat named Yule. She is shy as hell. She pretty much like kind of lives in her carrier, which is kind of sad, but I'm slowly getting her to come out like more and more, and we're making like little baby steps. But I knew like when I got into this thing that she's a bit of a special case, a bit of a special project, and I think it's gonna kind of teach me like a lesson in fostering relationships and having patience and stuff. So I don't think it's a bad thing. Yeah. It's just something that's, you know, my expectation was I would get a cat, it would be a lap cat, and I'd be like, yay, happiness ensues. But like, so far, not yet. But I'm sure she'll come around eventually.
Yeah, I mean, you know it's going to take time. You know, cat's in a different environment, different human that it has to adapt to, different, you know, surroundings, circumstances, whatever the fuck have you, man. So it's going to take time.
Yeah. Well, I knew that, like, she's just not good with humans. Like, the shelter was like, she does not like meeting new people. And I was like, I can relate. So.
It's just like, I don't even like meeting people that I already know.
I don't even like exactly, yeah. I don't even like people I already know. So, yeah, I can relate, man.
They're just like, hi, Mr. Gaines, welcome. Like, I already don't like you.
Not you again. Didn't I just see you?
Like, again, we just met, sir. I know, and I already don't like you.
You get that face. I don't know.
Like, right this way to the other cats. You'll be perfect for them.
Exactly. So yeah, we're kind of, you know, kin in that sense. So it's like I'm trying to slowly. I've been watching like a lot of Jackson Galaxy videos. I went back and I read a book that I had bought from Jackson Galaxy when he did a tour a couple years back, and that's really helped. Plus, I bought some like little solution stuff that he sells to try to like put on her fur or whatever. It's like supposed to be like, I don't know if it's like pheromones or hormones or whatever, or like I don't know. There's some sort of like scent in it that's supposed to like make her a little less shy and scared. And it can take a couple weeks, but I'm just doing everything I can to try to coax her out as much as I can without being a dick and being like, come here, you know what I mean? Like, obviously you can't force it, so, and I'm not Scorpion, I'm not gonna be like, come here, you know, like, so.
Get the fuck over here!
Yeah, exactly, so, man. But
the cat just runs away, he's just chasing after the cat, like, come back here, let me love you!
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's been like, man. As soon as you open the door, she bolts, so it's like, come back and let me love you. That's pretty much how it is, dude. She's sweet as hell though. Like if I put my hand in the carrier, like I'll show her the finger to make sure like she's okay with like, you know, can I pet you kind of thing. And if she's like,
get your scent and whatnot,
yeah, and if she's cool with it, then I'll pet her and whatnot, and then she's all about it. She'll start purring and rolling on her side and on her back and stuff and rubbing her. And if I stop, she'll like bat her head against my hand to make me keep petting her and stuff. Yep. So she's very affectionate. She's not aggressive at all. Although there was one time I learned a lesson about how to give her the drops, because there was one I've been like petting her as I put them on, so I got like one hand with the drops and then the other hand's petting her and I put the drops on. And there was one time I went to put the drops on without petting her, and I've never heard a cat do this, but she just goes. I'm like, oh, okay, sorry.
So, okay, I'm sorry.
So I've heard her growl a
Daddy loves you.
I've heard her growl a couple times, but never once she hasn't swiped at me at all. She hasn't tried to bite me. Like, this cat does not have an aggressive bone in her body, man. It's amazing. Which is kind of the complete opposite of Lebowski. Lebowski's just like, screw you, man. Like, you look at me the wrong way, I'm gonna tear your eye out. So don't get me wrong, I love that little goober, but yeah, but he is a goober.
Yeah.
I need to get a fan. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just grabbing a fan because I'm already hot. This is the benefit of having wireless headphones, though. Because I'm pimp like that. So what's up with you, sir? That's enough about me. That's enough of my woes. I mean, I have gone through a lot, admittedly, but I know you've been through some stuff too.
Yes and yes. So I'll start off with my job sucks. I'll kind of get to that later, but you know, that's a I'll just clear the air on that one in a bit. but yeah, unfortunately, the family went through another death.
Yeah.
My cat Lily had to get put down probably about a month and a half ago, something like that. And yeah, that was fucking tough, man. Because she was such a fucking sweetheart.
And now you got an empty house. Like, it's just you and your mom.
First time. Apparently, it's the first time in 30 years that the house that I've lived in has been pet free.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Do you guys have plans of getting another pet anytime soon, or are you just kind of riding it out and
just kind of riding it out right now, and just no. Mm-hmm. So if it was up to me, man, like I'd get like a little dog or whatnot, just because like they're fucking adorable and stuff, and you know, kind of dopey like I am. So, but it's also one of those things, man. Like, don't think I'm ready for it yet.
Yeah, you do have to be ready for it for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, we found out. It's like Lily would like pee and poop like all over the house except for her fucking litter box. So we're just like, what the fuck is going on with this thing? You know, we're thinking like, all right, well, she's getting old and whatnot. And, you know, started thinking like, all right, well, maybe she's not able to like, you know, get into her litter box. Like she's getting old, she can't really climb into the litter box and whatnot. We should maybe look at an alternative one kind of thing. Next thing we know, she jumps up on the fucking sink. We're like, you little fucking... So it's like, all right, well, like, if she can jump up on the damn... like, if you can jump up on the sink, you can go in the fucking box. But, so my mom made an appointment with the vet to just say, like, hey, what the hell is going on with her? Because, you know, she can jump up on the sink, but she's not, like, going to the bathroom in a box. And come to find out, there was a growth that was growing on her bladder. And apparently she was, from what the vet said, apparently she was in pain but didn't know how to tell us.
That's pretty typical for cats, like, man. Cats will even just hide it from you because they're very like they're, you know, they don't want to show weakness, you know.
Yeah, but it's, you know, she's like, yeah, cat's in pain, just doesn't know how to express that. So the vet was like, you know, we have this option for surgery. And my mom's just like, you know what, if she's in a lot of pain, I think the best option would be to put her down, because I mean she's 19 years old. I don't know how much longer she's going to go after the surgery. I don't want her to be in pain anymore. So they made the decision right there to, you know, ease her pain.
Oh man.
Yeah.
19 though, that is an old cat, dude.
Yeah.
That is like, she lived a life, dude. That is a hell of an old cat.
Yeah.
As far as I know, most cats like 13, 15, somewhere around there. She got an extra couple in there for sure.
Oh yeah, man. Like I'm fully convinced though, like if she didn't have that growth, she probably could have lived for at least like another year or two.
Yeah.
But, you know, that shit happens, man. And as they say, with death comes rebirth, in the sense. I helped my friend get a new puppy for herself.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah, so the little thing now is about 12 to 12 and a half weeks old.
Oh, wow,
and
very
it's
young.
Very young, but it's a little Pomeranian.
Not taking the Pomeranian bowling, Andy. Did you name it Walter?
No. I tried pushing for it, but she's like, no, we're naming it
Donnie.
Miles.
Donnie would be a good one. Shut the fuck up, Donnie. Poor dog.
No, she named it Miles.
Oh, cool.
After the Spider-Man character, because her son's a big fan of the Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Right on. Spider Pup.
So yeah. Like every time, like you know, pick up, hold them up and whatnot. You're like, hey Miles, a good boy, hey good boy. He'll give you like these little, like, she calls them like little love nips. And he's just like nipping up the beard, like, oh, motherfucker. Oh, that means he likes you. I'm like, well, I like him too, but I'm not gonna bite him on the fucking neck.
Yeah, really. Oh man. I know some people like try to discourage that with their dogs, where they're like, if they bite you, you know, tell them no or tell her no. It's like I don't know, everybody's.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, I've tried to discourage it too, like pull them away, like, no.
Yeah.
No. I mean, even to the extent of like, I got them like these little like mini like rawhide stick kind of things. I'm like, here, you want to bite on something? Fucking chew on this. And you know, he chews on them for a little bit, and then he'll still like come over to you like, yeah, I still want to bite your beard, motherfucker.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
Nothing like that beard.
Like the stick is a nice. The stick is a nice amuse-bouche, if you will. But that beard, I want your fucking beard.
And he's like, what did you just call me?
Like, what the hell? Like, when did you learn to talk?
Let alone French. You're not a poodle. That was a horrible joke.
That'd be great if it was just like a bunch of like little aliens in like a dog suit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn what the fuck is being a dog's all about.
I'm just picturing a dog reading like a French thesaurus being like, amuse-bouche. Le croissant. Did you ever see Better Off Dead?
Better Off Dead. I don't think I did, no.
John Cusack. So it's rather poignant, actually, except not. A guy gets dumped by his girlfriend, and so he attempts suicide several times, and it's always foiled in a rather amusing way. But ultimately, he ends up meeting somebody else, and it ends up being great. But there's this hilarious scene where they have a French exchange student who's come over, and they try to prepare her French food. So they're like, we made you a nice French dinner. We got you French fries and French dressing and Perrier. It's just like, oh my gosh. And there's a great line in there too where they're like, because she's complaining, the French student is complaining because the family that she lives with, they have a son who just keeps hitting on her incessantly. And so she says like, he keeps putting his testicles all over me, and he's like, wait, what was that? His testicles? Yes, you know, like an octopus. He's like, tentacles, very different.
Yeah, I never saw that.
Oh, it's good, man. It's good.
Should probably see that. I'll put it on the list.
I love it. I have a, actually in my living room right now, I have a signed picture of, I forget the dude's name, I feel bad, but like he's like the best friend character, and he's like this whacked out guy, but one of the best lines in the movie is from him. He signed it buck up little cougar, and then he signed his name. I forget the dude's name, but one of his best lines in the movie is I'm no dummy. I've been going to this school for 7.5 years. I know kids. I saw that. I'm no dummy. I've been going to this school for 7.5 years.
Wait, was that the same guy? I think I was there when you got that. I think it was we went to Chiller in Jersey. Yeah, same guy. He played. I think it was Booger in Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, Booger,
yes.
man.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I know exactly what guy you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, he's in it, and he's great. Oh my God, this mountain is pure snow. Do you know what the street value of this mountain is? It's great, man. It's great.
Yeah. Well, you know, we go on the mountain. Yeah, man.
Is that it for our updates? Because I know you've got your job situation.
Yeah, the job situation. So, I don't know how much I can talk about or, you know, should talk about. But no, I will just say the job has just become more frustrating and just more. I'm trying to think of a nice fancy word.
Amuse-bouche?
I think I already used. Yes, it's becoming a amuse-bouche now. I was gonna say I've used my quota for big words for today.
Even quota was pushing. My French quota today. Oh.
It's becoming more of a pain in the ass than it's then it's honestly starting to be worth it, so to speak. Mm-hmm. So I will say this. I'm doing a lot of fucking driving.
You're doing or have
part,
you, or
part, well, part
you are doing or were doing for the job?
I am doing for the job.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you were doing driving for therapy, because I knew that in the job you were driving a shitload.
Yeah, like for the job, I drive a shitload.
Yeah.
So the way it was put to me, so I'll say this. So when I accepted the job, it was put to me that, okay, you'll have one home office, and then you'll have 2 satellite offices. The home office, you'll be there 3 days a week, and then the satellite office, you'll be there, you'll be at one of them, 1 day each a week. Just depending on, like the schedule will change. Like maybe you'll be at the home office like the first 3 days of the week, and then the satellite the next 2, or whatever the fuck have you. But that's what'll happen. Mm-hmm. I said okay. So the home office was going to be the closest office to me, which was Easton. Easton is about a 50-mile drive there.
It's about 45 minutes, give or take.
About what?
45 minutes, give or take.
You dick. No, actually, it's a little over an hour drive.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah, it's a little over an hour drive. The satellite offices were going to be Weymouth and Quincy. Getting to those would be about maybe hour 15, hour 20 minutes, no traffic.
Damn, and that's one way.
Yeah, that's one way.
Oof.
So, for my training, though, they had me going fucking everywhere. They had me going to Weymouth to start, which, all right, fine, that's one of the offices I agreed to go to. They had me go to Plymouth for, like, classroom training. They had me going to Wareham for shadowing. They had me going to, like, another office out on the fucking Cape.
I love that you say Wareham.
I'm like, all right. Yeah, I'm just like, what the fucking... I'm like, all right, fine, guys. Like, it's doing this training. This is all going to be worth it. And then eventually they're just like... The way it was put to me was, when you get hired for a job, they give you 6 weeks of training for that job. Mm-hmm. They trained me in 6 weeks for 2 jobs. And then at the end of the 6 weeks, it wasn't like, hey, let's do kind of like a run through. Let's, make sure you're comfortable with this or anything like that. It was just pretty much the proverbial slap in the ass. All right, go get him, Tiger.
Oh, jeez.
What the fuck? Like, I feel so fucking uncomfortable right now. I feel so
Baptism by fire.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, like, you're helping people with something that's fairly important, their eyesight. If you screw it up, man.
Yeah, if I screw it up, we're gonna have an army of Matt Murdocks walking around.
It's not like your previous job where you were making donuts, and if you mess it up, oh well, you make another donut. Like, really, no harm, no foul in the grand scheme of things. Worst that happens is you get to eat the donut.
Yeah. Or worse that happens, like, okay, a donut fell off the tray. All right, toss it out. Move on.
Right.
So then they're like, okay, well, we're being bought out by this company, which, yes, it was a buyout, but they had us explaining to everybody, oh, no, it's a merger with another company. So now we got to get trained on this new computer program, and then we have to get updated on their policies and whatnot. And I was like, all right, okay, fine. I can learn a new program. Should be fine. The more I use it, the better I'll get at it. Fine. Mm-hmm. Then they had me join a doctor's team. I'm kind of skipping around a few parts here, but so I joined a doctor's team, and pretty much just going from Easton to Plymouth to Quincy to Weymouth, and there's one other office. Oh, then they had me going to Bridgewater, and like just have me going to like other like. There was another office they had me going to. It was I forget where. Anyways, but there have been times where like I would check my schedule on a Friday, and like, okay, I know where I'm going Monday morning. I know the schedule's probably going to change on Monday for, Tuesday or whatever have you. Fine, as long as I know like where I'm going on Monday, that's fine. I'll go there. Mm-hmm. I would get to the office where I'm supposed to be on Monday and check the schedule and whatnot. And a couple people ask me, hey, what are you doing here? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm supposed to be here, like doing testing. Like, this is what I'm scheduled for. Oh, might want to look at the schedule again. And then realize the schedule got changed either on Friday after I had left or on Saturday. And I have no way to check the schedule at home. So now I have to go from the office where I am to the office where I'm now scheduled, and nobody had fucking told me prior to that, like, hey, schedule's changed, we need you to go to this office.
And not even like a text message or anything, just like, you get
not
there,
even a text message or anything like that. Not even a text message or anything like that.
Man. It seems like a lot of what this comes down to is, like, your expectation was set at one level, and then it was completely dashed. And it's not through your fault. It's because they apparently didn't communicate clearly enough what you were actually going to be doing. And to change your schedule like that at the drop of a dime, like, that's stressful. Especially because, not for nothing, it's not like you live around the corner from these places. This is like an hour and a half. Some of them are pretty far away from you. Like, you can't just be like, okay, no problem, I'll drive an hour and a half one direction. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. Do they not take that into consideration? I mean, I guess technically that's not their problem, but at the same time, like, if you want your worker to show up, it kind of is your problem, you know?
Yeah, it's...
Have some empathy.
The problem of it, though, is, like, they sold me on a bill of goods that they had no intention of keeping. Like, they're like, oh, isn't this puppy great? You know, this is a great puppy. All right, cool. I'll be back to pick him up tomorrow. I go to pick up the puppy. Here you go. What the fuck is this? It's a plate of scrambled eggs. It's not what I asked for. Not what you had sold me on.
I cannot pet this scrambled eggs.
Yes. I cannot... I mean, I can play fetch with a plate of scrambled eggs, but I'm not running after a plate of scrambled eggs.
Don't get me wrong.
It's going to go all over the lawn.
Nutritious and delicious.
Have you ever run over a plate of scrambled eggs with a lawnmower? It's disgusting.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, and so then it just became like, okay, well, now I'm dealing with this shit. Dealing with offices that aren't, like they don't have the equipment that we need sometimes to fucking do proper eye testing. They are so, dude, they're so fucked. They are so fucked in the sense of, like, if two people call out, it fucks up everything.
I feel like that's everywhere, though, honestly. Like, everywhere is short-staffed. Like, I went to Walmart yesterday. Dude, I literally went, because I'm planning to do a bike ride tomorrow, because Memorial Day. We're shooting this on a Sunday, and I'm planning to do a bike ride tomorrow, and I was bombing around the house, and I went, oh, crap, I don't really have a water bottle. Plus, I went and hung out with somebody the other night, and I left my water bottle at their house, and I was like, shit, and, like, some movies. So I was like, because I went over to watch some movies with them, and so I was like, I left my movies and my water bottle at your house, and they're like, no problem. I'll hang on until we hang out again. Right on, cool. But in the meantime, I'm like, but I don't have a water bottle to use for my bike ride, so now what? So I bomb over to Walmart. Dude, there were, like, 2 registers open. The line was, like, down the aisle, like, the middle aisle of Walmart, like, 10, 12 people deep. I was in that line for, like, 45 minutes, bro. Just kidding.
And I mean, that's
honestly, it was a long time.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, man, that's a whole other discussion.
Well, in a sense, but at the same time, no, like, everywhere is short-staffed. Where I work is short-staffed, like, everywhere, like, everybody does not have enough people for some reason. Like, you would think that at this point where everything's kind of opening back up again and unemployment benefits aren't really out there anymore for the whole COVID thing, like, you would think that people would have returned to work. And maybe that's not the problem. I don't know what the problem is, but, like, not enough people working, it seems. And I'm not blaming anything. I'm just saying there's not enough people in the workforce for whatever reason.
It's because here's part of the thing too, man, is you remember those whole, like, March for $15 an hour thing and whatnot, and, like,
oh yeah,
everybody, well, we need $15 an hour, that should be the new minimum wage, blah blah blah. Dude, that's gone on so long. $15 an hour isn't even a livable wage anymore.
It wasn't
and
even
like
then.
Places like, yeah.
I mean, even when they started that whole thing, like, because the thing is, you got to take into account taxes, and theoretically, like, if it's a good enough job, you're also going to be getting benefits of some kind. Even if you don't get retirement, you're going to be getting medical, you would assume. That gets taken out. So at the end of the day, you end up getting something like 75%. I think I get, like, after my health and dental and my 401k comes out, I end up getting about 70% of my actual paycheck. Like,
yeah.
so what's 70% of $15? Like, not a lot, you know?
No, and like if you're working a fucking job where like you're getting $15 an hour, like you damn well better have a fucking roommate. Otherwise, you're not getting a fucking one bedroom apartment anywhere else, like in like a decent area.
Seriously. Dude, that was one of the things
You
that
know?
concerned me. But when this whole thing happened with the Liz breakup, is like, I gotta find a place to live in like 2 months, because it was like we're gonna be out of here by the end of June, and it's like, okay, so it happened in end of March, so I had effectively like 2 months to get my shit together and get out. So this isn't by any stretch of the imagination an ideal place to live, but it's cheap, it's big, and you know what? So far, I actually pretty much dig it. And it gives me the opportunity for at least a year. I can kind of ride things out and see what happens in a year. But I got so lucky because I fully recognize that, like, most people in my position can't swing this kind of thing. Like, I don't know how I'm lucky enough to be able to do it. I'm very blessed in my life, honestly. But like, I was facing the idea, like you and I talked about, like, hey man, like, how about we live together? Because it was either gonna, like, I was even gonna come, like, stay at your place for a while if I had to, because it was like, that might be my only option that's actually doable, because shit is just so expensive. I used to pass a place in Drake on my way to work when I was working at the other place. They advertised their apartments as starting at $4,400 a month, and I was like, is this a joke? Like, who the hell like, that's ridiculous. That's where you start? Now, that's not the average. Like, most places for like a one bedroom, depends where you are, obviously, but like, you're not gonna find a one bedroom, generally speaking, for like less than $1,000 or like $800, like at the very lowest. It's crazy.
No, dude,
and you can't, like you said, you can't afford that at $15 an hour. And that's all you want, is a one bedroom or a studio, and you can't do it.
Yeah. No,
not if you want to eat. Not if you want a car. Which, by the way, how are you gonna get to work if you don't have a car? I mean, you could work from home. I'm lucky in that sense, but now you got to pay for gas. Look how much gas is these days.
Yeah.
Like, everything is just so expensive. A friend of mine is facing a similar situation. She has to move out, like, in the next month or two. Her dad is selling the house that she lives in. She has a kid. And it's like, you got, like, TikTok, like, a month, and you got to be out of here. And she can't afford anything right now. Because look around. Yeah. And she has a kid. Like, she's kind of screwed, Yeah. And it sucks.
And, like, here, the other problem of, like, at least, like, the fucking job for me, too, is that they refuse to fucking listen to any of their employees. Like, every now and then, like, some company will even put on, the fucking, like, the appearance of, like, hey, we care about you guys. What can we do to improve things around here? My idea would be, okay, number one, stop charging doctors essentially rent for the rooms for themselves and their techs, because that is fucking bullshit. Like, you guys, you pay the rent for this and whatnot, not the fucking doctors. You own this company, you rent out these fucking floors, you essentially own these floors until you no longer pay rent on them. That's number one. Number two, lighten up the fucking patient load for each doctor. Because if a doctor has, like, 2 techs and you have them scheduled to see, like, 62 patients in a fucking day, that's a little much.
Yeah.
And if that keeps happening, your fucking technicians are going to get fucking burnt out. Much like I am right now.
Yeah, you got to figure, if they're doing 62 patients a day, let's say they work an 8-hour day, that's about, like, that's almost 8 patients every hour.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
Dude, there was a day before, I think it was, like it was before I left recently. It was I think it was like a Thursday or Friday or something like that. I'm working with the doctor's team. We had about 60. What was it? No, on the schedule we had about 52 patients.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I left, we were up to 61.
Oof.
Because they just kept adding people to the schedule, and there were about 7 instances of us being triple booked at a time, and then there was once where 4 people were scheduled for the same fucking time slot.
Oh man.
And it's like, you fucking pigs.
Yeah, that's a pretty big oversight, man. Like the double book is one thing. The triple book or quadruple book is like, that's just falling asleep at the wheel.
Yeah.
Now I will say, okay, like, you know, the whole like company not listening to you thing, that happens everywhere. Like I've worked, you know, I work in a big corporation now. Where I came from before was a small mom and pop store, basically. Like nobody listens. Basically, if you want to have any say in a business, you kind of have to own it yourself. That's kind of the unfortunate truth. But the thing is, like, having your own business is very stressful. And there's a guy I watch on YouTube who is kind of serving as an inspiration for me to kind of want to go off and do my own thing. I don't know if I really want to go off and do my own thing anymore. He's giving it up now because the stress of doing what he wanted to do full time means that he works like really long hours a lot of the time. He has kids. He doesn't really get to see them much. And like people are like, "Oh, you know, you work for yourself. You don't have a boss." Like, yeah, but like I'm in charge of literally everything. If anything goes wrong, I don't have anybody to turn to and be like, "Hey, go fix that." It's all on me. And like that's kind of the situation that I'd be in. So on paper it's like, "Oh, I'd only have to work 20 something hours." It's like, "Yeah, but think about all the other stuff that you have to take care of that you're not really thinking about. And like, do you really want to put up with all that shit? No." Like, there's always this balance between freedom and security. When you work for yourself, there's a lot of freedom, but not a lot of security, and you don't really necessarily get to do whatever you want. But when you work for somebody else, there's a lot of security, but just far, far less freedom. And it's all about which would you rather give up, your security or a little bit of freedom? For me, I think I've come to the conclusion that I'd rather give up a little bit of freedom because fuck it, that ain't my passion. My passion is music. This pays the bills. You know what I mean? As long as I can pay the bills and still play my guitar, man, I'm good. You know?
True, but in the same sense of like security, I don't know if like Massachusetts, New Hampshire is a little bit different, but like at least in Rhode Island, when you get a job, they essentially have you sign a piece of paper saying you're an at-will employee. We can let you go for any time for whatever reason. Blah 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 blah. So that does not give me a sense of security, in the sense of like, hey, at any moment we could be like, just leave, go. We don't like you here. Get out.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, if you work for let's use an example. Let's use my example, right? Let's say I'm working entirely for myself, and I think I figured it out one time, and I need about 22 students in order for me to make what I'm making now at the job, like the situation that I'm in right now. If I wanted to make the exact same money as I'm making today, I would have to have about 22 students. Okay, great. Let's fast forward. I've got those 22 students. Well, first of all, I no longer have health insurance. I don't have retirement. I don't have dental. I don't have life insurance. I don't have any of that shit. And not only that, if a student drops or 2 students drop, or if they don't pay their bill, if they don't pay me, that's a paycheck that I'm missing. So yes, I could lose my job at any time, but I've always got a paycheck coming in. And if I do lose my job, I at least have unemployment for a little while. Technically, I would have that if I work for myself too, but it's a little bit different. I mean, like, it's a lot more stressful to do it on your own than it is to just work for somebody else. But then that means you have to take it on the chin in some areas, because that's the trade-off, man.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing too. It's like if you're working for yourself, like let's say you became a music teacher, like you stayed at the same place that you did, and just eventually like they keep you student after student after student after student, and you had no time to yourself. A, you would be burnt the fuck out. B, every time you look at your guitar, you'd be like, fuck that thing.
That's exactly what happened.
I don't even want to pick. Yeah, it was like, I don't even want to pick that up just to. Yeah, because it ruined your fucking passion.
Yeah. Honestly, that's partly why I left, because I got up, when I left, I was up to a point where I had, if you count literally every single student in all of the classes that I had, I had at least 45 or 50 students. A shitload. And then I still had to supplement that with doing what they called studio work, where I would do things like restring guitars, tune violins, or there was sometimes I would have to clean up after a leak that happened. Like there would be it would rain and like the place would flood and I would have to clean it up and stuff like that. Like really kind of menial, like crappy work, honestly. And I didn't like that part. I didn't mind the teaching, but one of the bad things about the teaching too was it was like, as soon as I, like, let's say I have you as a lesson, right? And I'm watching the clock literally because I have another student right after you. So it's like, all right, Andy, cool. Do you have any questions? All right, cool. See you later. Bye. And then the next person comes in. It's like, hey, how's it going? All right, sit down. Let's do the thing. And then, all right, bye, next person. And it's just like one after another after another. It was sort of like they were more like numbers than anything else. And that was more so revealed in how they handled their business, where it was so it was so sales oriented. You have to buy books. We charge you for participating in recitals. We charge you for this, that. Like, I didn't agree with the philosophy. And then on top of that, I was working a bunch. And, like, just like you said, when I got home, I would look at my guitar and be like, ugh, like, I don't want anything to do with that. And, like, as soon as I quit, I went back, and one thing I was doing before I was really teaching a lot was I was recording myself doing new songs. Like, I would practice writing, not every day, but pretty much every day. And so I had this backlog of old recordings, and I went back and listened to them, and I found, like, a bunch of songs, and I was like, I'm going to work on these. And so after I quit teaching, the fire got lit under me to start writing again. And so I've got, like, 5 songs. Like I mentioned, I'm working on an EP, and honestly, I think, and I'm not the only one, like, I've run it by, like, Pete and a couple other people. Like, everybody who's listened to these songs, who know any of the work that I've done before, they're like, this is the best thing, this is the best stuff you've ever done. And I've shown different songs to different people, even people who don't know my stuff, and it's been unanimous. People really like what I'm working on, so I'm, like, really fucking stoked about it. And it's like, see what happens when, like, you just... You let it be your passion and not your job. I was trying too hard to make it my job, and there's that whole thing, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life, except if eventually it becomes a job, and that's exactly what happened, and that's why I had to give it up.
Yeah.
You know? It would be like if you got paid to do video games. At some point, you'd be like, I don't want to do this. You know? If you had to do that for, like, hours and hours and hours, and you had to do it, because if you don't eat that week, you're going to look at a video game system and be like, no, like, this is the last thing I want to do right now.
Yeah, like, this is supposed to be my escape from the world.
Right.
This is supposed to be just a way for me to just say, like, all right, anxiety, depression, everybody just stay outside the door for a little bit. I'm going to Midgar for a little bit.
Yeah. Speaking of video games, by the way, one of the things I brought home today was Liz made a decision about like the PS2 and N64. She didn't want those, so I have those, and I think I have some Genesis games, and I don't want them. So the next time I see you, they're all yours, my man. So consider that further payment for helping me move.
Yeah, no worries, man. Honestly, you don't have to pay me jack shit.
Yes, I do. That was a hell of a move, man.
It was a hell of a move, but it's like, still, man, you're my brother. That's why I help you.
Also, your birthday's coming up soon. You got to tell me what you want for your birthday.
Nah, nothing.
You got to want something.
Nah.
Think about the Bare Naked Lady song. If I had $1 million, I'd buy you a fur coat, but not a real fur coat. That's cruel. Copyright strike.
All right, I want you to never sing that again.
I got to admit, I don't really like the Bare Naked Ladies. You're not my jam.
You're like, well, good thing you used your birthday wish on that one, because I'm going to start singing Smash Mouth next. Like,
hey, now you're an awesome. Copyright strike again. Oh man.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
But no, man. Like I'm at a point in my life where just like my birthday, holidays, they don't mean anything. You know. I think they're like gonna tell me, "Oh, hey, happy birthday!" I'm like, "Hey, happy Wednesday."
I feel like that's your depression talking.
Probably, but it's also like,
because you're like, Christmas is dead to me, and my birthday is dead to me, and New Year's is dead to me, and everything is dead to me. It's like, here, pet a chihuahua. Like, dude.
It's like, I want a pet chihuahua.
Chihuahuas are dead to me. I don't see shit in chihuahuas.
This chihuahua's not dead to you. It's dead to me.
Exactly. Exactly. But no, honestly, man, like, I do feel bad for you. Like, because I want you to be happy, and as your friend, I hate seeing you struggle and suffer, but it's like, I'm really, I don't know, man. Like, there's got to be a solution for you.
There's got to be, but I at least want to get to a point where, like, I think it was Michael Rosenbaum put it on his podcast, where he's just like, you know what? Treat going through life like it's a car ride. And, like, you know, your anxiety and your depression are there. Like, they're going to be in the backseat. I just want to be at that point where he is, where it's just like, I acknowledge, like, I know they're there, but I'm the one at the wheel. I'm the one in control, not them. But I know they're there.
I think for you need like an outlet of some kind, or outlets of some kind. Also, I sent, because again, like, I think about you and I think about your situation, and we talked about doing like voiceover shit. Did you see what I sent you on Facebook? There's like a free class or something about it. Did you see that?
Oh shit, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, go into your Facebook, and if you don't see it, I'll try to find it again and send it to you. But there's like some free class that's, I think, coming up about voiceover work that I sent to you, I think on Messenger.
Shit, alright.
Yeah. And anytime, like, that's the thing, anytime I find shit like that, I try to pop it your way, so it's like, because again, I'm just trying to help you out, bro.
Well, I know too that if I say the name Rob Paulson, like, you and I are gonna each get a different idea in our head, but
yes,
Rob Paulson, the essentially one of the voices of our childhood.
Yes.
He's a voice actor who did, like, he was the original voice of Raphael. He was Pinky from Pinky and the Brain, amongst many other characters. Apparently, he's starting up a website to essentially teach people, like, voice acting.
Oh, cool.
And, like, give them tips, and, like, he might do classes or something like that. He's like, you know, kind of fine-tuning everything right now, but I'm like, well, fuck, man. He'd be one of the best to learn from.
Yeah. Do you know how much it would be, like, what the cost is? I imagine it'd be pretty
I don't know. I imagine it would be, but I don't know. I mean,
Look into
as soon as I know,
it, man. It's worth checking out.
Well,
maybe I can do that for your birthday. I can pitch in to help you pay for your class with Rob Paulson. His name is Robert Paulson. His name is Robert
see, that's...
Paulson. You're like, you ruined it.
You're a dick.
I don't see shit in you.
And your mother's a whore.
You're nothing but an egg-sucking dog.
Yeah. But that's the thing, like, I don't think his website is up and, like, ready to go and whatnot, but I'm gonna keep an eye out for it. Right. Speaking of keeping an eye out for things, I saw something and I'm like, holy shit, when this comes out, you and I are fucking going to see this thing. So apparently somebody is making a horror movie, get this, based on Winnie the Pooh.
What?
Yes.
Have you ever seen Winnie the Pooh worship Satan?
I would fucking pay to see that.
It's hilarious. They took an episode of Winnie the Pooh and they did voiceovers of him going like, Satan. So Liz's dad is a choir director and he loves it. He thinks it's hilarious. Like, you would think that he'd be like, no, but no, he loves it. It's hilarious. Satan, Satan. I'll see if I can find it and send it to you. Just YouTube Winnie the Pooh worship Satan or something.
Oh yeah. But yeah, it's so the characters of Winnie the Pooh entered public domain in January of this year. So
okay.
So here's the thing. Apparently Disney still has, like, copyright over, like, their iteration of Winnie the Pooh. Mm-hmm. But as far as, like, the characters and whatnot, like, it's public domain. You can do whatever the fuck you want. So I think the title of the movie is called Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. And I'm like, just take here. I'm buying, like, a whole row in a theater. Just give to Daddy. Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic.
But yeah, there's like, dude, there's like production stills and whatnot, and it's like it's people in like masks and whatnot. But holy shit!
Oh, like to like mock up for the meantime, like until they do the animation kind of thing. Is that what you mean?
I don't think it's gonna be animation. That's the thing.
It's gonna be live action. It's gonna be like it's gonna be like Pooh Corner, but a horror movie. That's amazing.
That's gonna be awesome.
Do you remember Pooh Corner?
I'm like, this could be the new Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Like a movie that's bad, but it's entertaining as fuck.
Do you remember Pooh Corner? Or does that not ring a bell for you?
I don't think I remember that. No.
It was like a live action Winnie the Pooh. It was pretty good, man. I can't lie. As a kid, I dug me some Pooh Corner. Really awkward name though, if you think about it. Like that's the Pooh Corner.
Like somebody's annoying Pooh, they're just like, go sit in the corner.
Exactly.
God damn it.
It's kind of what we do with cats though, if you think about it. Like there's the Pooh Corner. You use that box.
You use that corner, you poop there.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, man, I'm just like, fuck, this is gonna be hilarious. From what I understand, apparently, according to the plotline, I'm gonna double check this because, we gotta do research on this. We gotta be accurate. Shit.
Spout misinformation.
Yeah, we don't want to be like that.
JFGI, JFGI.
Yeah. All right, so there's an article in Variety. It's called "Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey Director Teases Slasher Film Plot. Pooh and Piglet Go on a Rampage."
Oh my gosh.
I was just like, fuck. So apparently it wrapped like earlier this month. So there's stills from it and whatnot. You can see those online. Okay, so according to Waterfield, the director who wrote and co-produced the film, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey will see Pooh and Piglet as the main villains going on a rampage after being abandoned by a college-bound Christopher Robin. Quote, Christopher Robin is pulled away from them and he's not given them food. It's made Pooh and Piglet's life quite difficult. I'm just like, fuck, I want to see this.
Oh my gosh.
Like, here's the thing, too, man. Like, if somebody had asked you, like, hey, we want to make a horror movie based on, like, this childhood property, you would think Winnie the Pooh would be, like, way down the list. You're like, fucking, who's going to see Winnie the Pooh fucking do a horror movie?
Yeah, seriously. Although, at the same time, I might pick that pretty early on just because, again, like, no one would see it coming. I don't know.
Very true.
But Disney wouldn't let you touch like Mickey Mouse or something or anything Disney, so it would almost have to be like
good job.
Yeah, it would almost have to be like a Winnie the Pooh or the Smurfs. Does Disney own the Smurfs? Probably not.
I don't think so. No.
So you could go. Smurfs,
no, I think like yeah, I think it's like Sony has the cinematic rights to the Smurfs. I don't know. Somebody throw it down in the comment section. Correct me.
Doobly-doo. I'm wrong. You could do Chipmunks after all those horrible Chipmunks movies. They do a revenge movie where they get pissed at the critics for like panning all their movies, so they go on a revenge spree.
Yeah, here's the thing too, man. You know what I would love to fucking see now? So you know how there's the new Chip and Dale movie that came out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but apparently there's a clip going around online from the movie where Sonic the Hedgehog, like the original like movie Sonic the Hedgehog, is at a convention like signing autographs and whatnot. They book him as Ugly Sonic.
Sonic.
I'm like, fuck, I want to see him go on a fucking rampage.
Yeah. Ugly Sonic. Oh, man. Ugly Sonic.
I will gladly see him go on a fucking rampage.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
That kind of begs the question, too, of, like, what other, like, childhood, like, property do you think would be, like, the least expected, but, like, made into a horror movie? You'd be like, holy shit.
That's tough, man. I mean, anything Henson would be great, like the Muppets, like Kermit, or Fraggle Rock. Or like, fuck you.
Just like, dude, just remake Red State the Muppets.
I've sang too many songs about rainbows and being green, and now I'm gonna make you all blood red. Hello.
Why are there so many songs about bloodshed?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, just oh my god, dude. That, you know what, man? I got it. You and I we're gonna do a movie. Here it is. So we're gonna remake the movie The Thing, the John Carpenter classic.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna be all Muppets.
Yes. Actually, you know who would be a really creepy like murderer from the Muppets is Fozzie. Just because of that Can you just picture it like with an axe, like
Oh no, I got plans for him. Dude, he's the new Jason Voorhees. Dude, he's the new Jason Voorhees.
Fair enough.
That
Waka waka. Waka waka. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh, yes. Shut up and take my money. Where's my wallet? I'll pay you right now. Okay.
Dude, I would pay to see that. Even like just a short film.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, just every time he shows up on screen, it's just him standing there with a machete like,
Yeah. Come on, that's creepy. That's really creepy.
Yes, it is.
I mean, animal, but like that's a little too obvious, you know, like like I would almost make Animal the protect or kill him off early just to like piss off the fans.
Yeah. Or dude, you can just remake fucking Red State with the Muppets. Just have like Kermit and the fucking preacher. Yeah.
Now grab your pistol like a good Muppet. Oh. What do you think that stage costs? You mean in dollars or common sense? Huh, zing.
Oh man, I'm trying to think like what else would be like a really good like. I mean, you could remake the Ninja Turtles as like a horror kind of thing.
Yeah, but then you just be kind of getting close to their origin, like how they were originally, as they were kind of like brutal and kind of anti-hero, but still like good guys kind of thing.
Still, it'd be kind of a win-win if you just like, you know, you just make it as like, what the hell is that movie? Chud.
Yeah.
It's just like instead of the Chuds, it's like it's the fucking Ninja Turtles underground.
Yeah, yeah. That could be pretty entertaining.
Pretty entertaining. God damn it, that'd be fucking amazing.
It's hard because like a lot of our childhood, or at least mine, was either like Jim Henson or Disney, and you know you're not gonna touch anything Disney, so like that really only leaves like Winnie the Pooh or the Muppets, you know.
Oh, Disney owns the Muppets.
Oh, that's right. Shit. Well, there goes our
I mean, you could do it as like a parody kind of thing.
I guess.
Well, no, you're protected, like, you know, it's like the whole Larry Flint trial all over again. It's just, you know, it's parody.
Yes.
You know? either that or fucking, like, you show Fozzie on stage, just, like, tell him bad jokes and shit. And, like, the crowd just boos him off the stage. He just goes into the back. He's like, they want funny? Waka waka. I'll give them funny. And scars, too. You just pan out, and there he is, dressed as the fucking Joker.
Yeah, he becomes like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. Yeah.
I'm like, fuck it, dude. Money, here we go.
I hope you're taking notes.
You know what? Fuck it. Hit the button on the printer. Let's do this.
I hope you're taking notes, man.
Oh, man. I'm trying to think, like, what else from our childhood would make, like, a good, like, horror movie? Oh, shit.
I don't know.
That's a damn good question, though, man.
It is, yeah, it's tough. Anybody has ideas, pop them down in the doobly-doo.
Yeah. Comments. Do it.
Doobly-doobly-doobly-doobly-doobly-doo.
So I'm just trying to think, like a majority of my childhood was fucking, like, cartoons.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, Transformers.
Trying to think, like, okay, yeah, Ninja... Michael Bay already ruined it enough.
Power Rangers, but nah, who gives a shit?
Nah,
I watched a lot of wrestling. That's you can't really, can't really turn that into a horror movie. I mean, I guess you could do like a wrestling themed horror movie. It would be kind of weird.
Yeah. I don't think it'd work. I mean, I know.
They already did that. It's called WCW. But thank you very much.
There you go. Like I know E.T. was supposed to have a sequel. It was supposed to be like essentially like a like flip the original on its fucking lid and whatnot, because it was supposed to be like. Well, have you heard about that?
No.
Like there were articles written about it and shit. So there was a sequel that was proposed, and Spielberg said no fucking way, because if we do this, it's going to take all the magic away from the original. So essentially, the plot line was going to be like, E.T.'s back on his way to his home planet or whatever have you. Apparently, somebody from that home planet came down to Earth in that meantime. E.T. leaves the planet and whatnot. This new alien comes down, kidnaps the kids, and is essentially torturing them to find out where E.T. is.
Oh,
and
shoot.
in this movie, E.T. comes down and saves the fucking day. But I was just like, well, shit, I kind of want to see this now.
Yeah. Or you know what I was thinking you were going with that is that E.T. on his way home, the ship like explodes and he dies, and then the rest of like his alien brethren are like, oh no you didn't, and they like wage war against Earth. Like that would be kind of interesting too.
That would be kind of interesting.
Yeah, that'd be a good way to throw that.
I don't know.
But it's hard, man, because I don't know what else is.
It is, man. It's.
And I don't have a DVD rack near me to reference. I have a bookshelf.
Yeah. I mean, they've already done like an evil like Superman movie and whatnot. Like.
Yeah, we don't need more of that.
Yeah, dude. Every now and then when I'm at work, like I'm on my break or whatnot, like I'll look up like articles and shit. And one of them was just like, "Hey, can we stop with the whole evil Superman thing? Like, enough is enough."
Yeah.
Like, it's a cool concept. Like, once, like, hey, what would it be like if this happened? Like, okay, what if Superman landed in Russia instead of in Kansas? Or, hey, what if Superman was actually General Zod's son instead of Jor-El's?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, those are cool, interesting concepts. Hey, what's another thing we got? Oh, Superman's gonna be a bad guy. Why? He's a bad guy. He's superpowered. He can take over the world. Yeah, but he doesn't. How about you focus on that?
And not for nothing, of all the superheroes to turn heel, so to speak, like Batman would be the one. Like he's the one who's got the motivation to be like, you know what? Like people suck. I'm gonna go the other. Like look at all this. Look at everything I do, and look how little like there was the story where like the crowd turned against him, and like he was sort of like public enemy number one. That would have been the perfect time for him to do the proverbial heel turn and be like, okay, look at everything I've done for you. My parents are dead, you assholes. I'm coming after you now. Like, that would have been the perfect time for Batman to like flip a switch and like lose his shit and go totally like anti-Batman. But has Batman ever gone evil? I don't think so.
I'm trying to think of times like Batman's got bad. I know there was one movie, essentially, there was an animated movie, it was called Justice League Dark Side, I think. Yeah, it was Justice League Dark Apocalypse, that was it. Where essentially, like, the Justice League, goes into space to, like, take on Darkseid and whatnot to, like, oh, shit, he's coming to Earth, we gotta stop him. Mm-hmm. And apparently they didn't know that Cyborg's system was compromised, so Darkseid's hearing their whole plan about where they're going to attack and whatnot. He defeats the fucking Justice League. Earth is now an apocalyptic Earth, being essentially powered by the Flash running on a treadmill. Cyborg is like the entire operating system, and Batman is Darkseid's right-hand man.
Wow, that's kind of interesting. Aside from the Flash running on the treadmill, and the Cyborg being the operating system, that's a little, I don't know, it's a little goofy. But okay.
Oh, Superman was given a a tattoo made of kryptonite. So there was that too.
Oh, jeez. I'm actually getting another tattoo in August.
Oh, nice. What are you getting?
I'm getting this symbol that's going to go on my wrist that stands for God is greater than ups and downs. It's like G greater than up arrow, down arrow. And so I'm probably going to stop wearing these. It's just a little reminder. Because, like, when shit goes, like, especially with everything I've been through lately, like, you just sometimes need a reminder that when the shit hits the fan, like, there's hope. You know what I mean? Like, one of the things I have hanging in my kitchen is the sign that I got when I was big into Zen Buddhism that says, like, life is like a wheel. It keeps spinning no matter how dark the night is. Morning comes. So just remember, whenever there's despair, joy will follow. I'm paraphrasing here heavily, but that's the gist of it. And it's just a little, I like to have these little reminders to myself here and there so that, like, when I get in these modes of thinking where I'm like, my life sucks, everything's terrible, it's like, not really. Like, you could have it a lot worse. However bad, that's the thing, is that I think everybody could benefit from too. Again, not that I'm the kind of guy to give life advice, but no matter how shitty your situation is, remember that there's someone you could compare your life to and be like, okay, you know what? It's not so bad, actually. Like, I don't live on the street. I have food on my table. You know what I mean? Like, I have people who care about me. There are people who have none of those things. So things can always be a lot worse. I could be dead. You know, things could be a lot worse. So...
Hey, it's Tony Robbins.
Hey. Hey man, you want to hear? We talked about this off air. You want to hear the one of the new songs I've been working on? It actually is kind of applicable. Yeah. It's kind of applicable to our situations, actually.
Yeah, man. Like that was, that's gonna be a nice treat for everybody here. Bruce is gonna debut one of his new songs here.
Yeah. It's so new that I actually got to pull up the lyrics. So let me do that. So it doesn't even have a title yet. Pretty much none of the songs on the EP. I have a prospective title for the EP itself, but not one for the songs. So the prospective title for the EP is Solitary Definement. And this song is going to be just a short little acoustic number. But I don't have a title for it yet. But basically, as we were talking about the whole, like, you know, jobs suck and going through all that, and so this was written, the music was written a long time ago, but then I came up with these lyrics sort of based around the idea of, like, I'm really sick of this fucking job and I want out of here. And I imagine you can kind of relate to these lyrics as well, so...
And who the hell can't, you know?
Exactly. All right, so I'm just gonna mute you for a quick second, and I'm gonna see if
I'm gonna turn my mic off here.
Oh, okay, there you go. Cool, and I'm just gonna put it on me. All right. So again, this doesn't have a title. All right, here we go. Say what you will, 'cause we both know where your true values lie. After dollar signs, pretentious, arrogant, self-righteous king. A lack of empathy, a measure of misplaced pride. For all I've learned, for memory, I'm thankful you showed me. Never be pretentious, arrogant, righteous king. A lack of empathy, a measure of misplaced pride. Thorn taken out of my side. There you go, man.
That's pretty cool, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Thanks, man.
So I don't know how like well the audio was coming in and out of that or whatnot, but
hopefully decent enough.
We have no budget here.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll go back and watch it, and it'll be like blah 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 blah. But but hey, that's a nice way around copyright strikes. Is if I play shit that I wrote.
Yeah.
Then we can have music and not have to worry about paying anybody.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can sing the whole fucking podcast here.
Yeah. The Lord is good. I drive a pickup truck. There's an old gem.
There's an old gem. You gotta go back and rework that.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah, I just felt like, you could probably relate to the whole lack of empathy, a measure of misplaced pride and shit. Like, that's pretty much every boss that you run into, right?
Pretty much. I can honestly say, out of all the bosses that I've worked for, there are 2 of them that I would still like go to the ends of the earth for.
Yeah.
Because they fucking cared about your well-being. They cared about how you were feeling. If you needed to talk to them, they always had an open door policy. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's admittedly, I'm kind of lucky where I'm at. Like the job where I'm at now, they love me, and I've never had a bad experience with them. I mean, you do run into the same, like, they don't really listen to what you say sometimes, or a lot of times.
Yeah.
But at the same time, some of them do. Like some of the stuff that I've said, they've actually changed and they've made some adjustments. So I don't know. Like it's one of those things. They can only do so much too. Like that's the other thing is it's such a big company that they can only do so much. But I'm pretty fortunate, man. Like as far as regular jobs go, where I'm working now is the best regular job that I've had. So it's like it's really hard for me to complain.
Yeah, but it's also one of those things like a big company, as you said, there's so many things they could do, but they don't do those things that they can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
But that's everywhere.
Guys, even
man.
just like
that's everywhere.
A little bit to us. Come on.
That's everywhere, though. No matter how big or how small.
But that essentially tells me that like during that pandemic, like when everything was like locked down, fucking everybody just stay at home and whatnot, they didn't learn the fucking lesson from that. Which is like, in the sense of like, they wanted like waiters and waitresses and hey, people working in supermarkets, like you guys are gonna be on the front line, nurses and doctors, first line of defense, blah 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 blah. Cool, great. Since we're putting ourselves on the line here because we have no idea what the fuck is going on with this thing, are we going to get an increased pay? We'll give you another $2 an hour for a couple of months. Okay, and then they have people fucking screaming at them when like shit is running out. Like they didn't have like toilet paper or eggs at the fucking store. People are shouting at the employees in the sense of like, well, you know what? This isn't fucking worth it anymore. And there were some places that were. And there were places that were just like, fuck, we're losing money here. We need to get back. Everybody, get back to work. Get back to work. Get back to work. We're losing money. And it's like, well, you want them to return to work. Treat them like people. Treat them like a valuable resource because that's what they are. Like people are valuable resources when you have them working for you.
Yeah.
And without them, your business suffers. Your business suffers. You don't get your money.
I got to admit, I buy a lot more stock into that argument than I used to because it seemed for a while there that people like a lot of people would spout out this claim that like the reason that the workforce is the way it is, in other words, not a lot of people at work, is because like people got lazy and they wanted their unemployment benefits and stuff. But the fact of the matter is that we're well beyond that point. Like as far as I know, you can't get unemployment for COVID anymore because things are pretty much back open again. So if you were to try, I think you're kind of SOL. So like now what's the excuse? You know what I mean? So if that wasn't it, then maybe there's something to your argument of like people look back and saw that and were like, you know what? It's not worth it. Like I'm not going back to that.
No. No, and they're making more money sitting at home than they are at work, and it's like, well, you don't think that's a fucking problem then?
Yeah, well, yeah. Then there's that.
Well, nobody wants to work. Like, no, people do want to work. People just don't want to get burnt out. They want to work. They want to have a living.
Mm-hmm. Although I do think people would do better if they were able to separate living from from like their living from living. Like, in other words, what pays the bills and what actually fulfills you as a person. Because that's something that I've had to come to grips with. Is I thought they had to be one and the same, but I've kind of discovered in this last couple of months that that's really not true for me. In fact, as a matter of fact, if I keep those two things separate, I'm happier, because then I can do shit like write music and really enjoy it. So.
Yeah, but here's also the thing too of people want that work-life separation. People want to work to live, not live to work.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're like if I'm a boss of somewhere and my employee clocks out, that is their time.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I will call them is like if I'm genuinely concerned about, hey, I just want to make sure you're okay, or hey, this person's looking to switch. Just wanted to call. Are you able to like switch shifts with this person? No? Okay, no problem. And if need be, I'll get my fucking hands dirty and fucking start working around the shop if I'm a boss. But instead, they're just like, nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to work. And it's like, they do want to work. They want that work-life balance.
There's definitely something to that. Like Jordan Peterson in his most recent, I just saw him recently, like a week ago, basically today. And one of his rules in his new book, because he did a 12 Rules for Life, and now he did another 12 Rules for Life. And in this most recent book, one of the rules is understand that I don't remember. But basically, like, understand that responsibility lurks or opportunity lurks where responsibility has been abdicated. In other words, like, if you see something that other people aren't doing and you take it upon yourself to do it, like, that's kind of like the noble pursuit, and potentially can get you rewarded. Not that that's what it should be about, but if nothing else, right, it will fulfill you, because you'd be like, that needs to get done and no one is doing it. I'm going to do it. Like, that's where really, like you're saying, like, bosses could really step up and be like, this isn't getting addressed. I need to fucking address that. But
true,
nobody does.
But, well, nobody does because you would have to pay them more.
Right.
And companies are like, well, we'd rather hire one person to do these 3 jobs than 3 people to do these 3 different jobs.
Right.
And it's, guys, how many fucking corners can you cut before you just fucking, like, you're just there with one employee?
Right.
And a cot back.
It's sort of like,
give time off.
At one point, someone was talking about, like, the price of a Papa John's pizza, I think it was, where it was like the pizza would have to go up like 20 cents for a pizza for the health, for people for the workers to get health. It's like, I'll pay the 20 cents. I mean, I don't buy Papa John's, but if I did, I would pay an extra 20 cents for a whole pizza, just so it means that the guy who's delivering it can have health insurance. No problem.
Yeah, because I want to make sure, like, if the guy that's delivering pizzas gets sick, like, he's able to, get medicine for it. Like, he's able to go and see his doctor, no problem.
If he gets into a car accident on the way here delivering my pizza, I don't want to be like, well, sorry.
Well, where's my pizza? Like, no.
Right. I'm not a Chad. Is that what it is? Chad? Isn't that the male Karen? Is that still a thing?
I think so. I don't know what it is. It keeps switching every time.
Does it?
I don't know.
I didn't know it changed.
Think so. Yeah, I think it's Chad or something, or
Donald. It was the Chad. Donald. I could see why they would pick Donald.
Yeah.
My problems are beautiful. That's kind of I have the most wonderful problems in the world. Anyone else's problems are pale in comparison.
It was a beautiful car crash. Bodies piled up everywhere. Now let's dance.
Oh, man.
I'm the best dancer. No, you're not. But that's kind of the thing, too, is, like, you and I, we have compassion. We have empathy. We know what the fuck is going, like, what it's like to work this kind of shit.
Yes. So
we're just like, well, look, this is fucked. Like, this needs to get addressed. Oh no, well we can't do that. Why not? Well, it would cost more money. Like,
and
but in the long term, don't you think that it would be worth it? Well, I know because we're a smaller company. It's like, okay, well then how about let's set up my taxes to go towards universal health care. Like, I know that's a whole fucking different argument and whatnot, but that would take that health insurance argument off of your backs and put it onto somebody else. Well, no, can't do that. So you just want to work me to death, is that it? Well, I mean, not to death. I mean, so we still need you to come in. It's like that meme that goes around every time there's a snowstorm. It's like 14 inches of snow, no school, no school, no school. And then it's just like boss at like hourly job. So you're still coming in, right?
Seriously though.
Yeah.
Oh man, I know you've never seen it. Have you seen Employee of the Month?
Dane Cook movie? No.
Yeah. Okay, so there is a line that kind of...
I have standards.
It's a good movie, man. There's a line in it though that smacks of what you're talking about, where like one of the cashiers dies. They're like, we lost Jan at check saying whatever, and he was like, so she's not coming in then? It's like, no, she's not coming in. She's dead.
Well, yeah, and then they want to expand on that. It would have been like, well, it was her responsibility to call somebody to see if they could cover her shift.
Hi, I'm gonna die today. Could you maybe cover me? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, really though.
Yeah, man. Just I think it's a thing like they either don't know or just don't care. I'm assuming it's the latter, that employers just don't give a shit. It's like, we can run these motherfuckers.
It's a hard situation, like, because you do certainly feel that way, and that's how it certainly looks. And there's that old saying of like, looks like a duck, walks like a duck, smells like a duck, must be a duck.
I mean, keep in mind too, in
things
the
are
sense
also more
of like,
complicated than that too. So I don't know, man. I'm not an expert on this shit.
Dude, people have had to go on fucking strike and like shut shit down to get a 40-hour work week, to essentially get the weekend, to essentially get fucking Labor Day off. So, in my head here, and whether it's right or not, fucking I don't know. I'm assuming it is, but the workers are the ones that have the power, and it's the boss's job to make them believe that they don't. That like, well, you're gonna lose your you're replaceable. You're replaceable. But they also haven't learned from this fucking pandemic that I'm not as replaceable as you think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, workers are human beings. And if you want respect, it has to be given as well. Like, people will bust their asses for you. Like, the reason I busted my ass when I was working at AAA, I busted my ass for my boss. Because she did one of the simplest fucking things. Like, she would walk around in the area in the in the morning, see like all the team members and whatnot, and she'd say, "Hey, good morning. How you guys doing? Good, good, good." I remember I told her once I didn't feel good, and she goes, "Okay, put yourself on like whatever command it was to like get yourself off the phone so there's no calls coming in, and come and talk to me." So I went and I chatted with her for like 15 minutes about how just I was depressed. I was feeling fucked. I was just like, I'm beyond stressed right now. I was like, if a fucking gunman came right in here, he's like, I'm gonna shoot everybody, I'd raise my hand like, please start with me. Like, over here, fat guy, can't miss. And she cared. She's like, hey, that's okay. I want you to sit down for a few minutes. Just, kind of breathe, kind of collect yourself, go use the bathroom if you need to. She's like, if you're still feeling like this after like a few minutes, head home. I don't want you feeling like this.
Why do you think you were feeling like that? Is it because of the calls you were getting and stuff, or just...
Oh yeah, like we were getting verbally abused on a fucking like almost hourly fucking basis. And anytime we brought it up, well, you have to be empathetic about other people because they're in these situations. I'm like, That doesn't mean somebody can call me a fucking retard because they have a flat tire in their driveway and they're complaining that somebody's going to be there in an hour.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get to fucking do that.
I just joined AAA the other day, and I got my card and everything, and as soon as I looked at it, I kind of felt a little bit sick because of you. I was like, those poor people.
Yeah.
Those poor that's people. Why, like, they're gonna take those poor phone calls.
But no, man. Anytime I have I'm still a fucking AAA member just because okay, in case my car fucking breaks down, I'm like, all right, I at least have.
Then you get a discount on whatever insurance. I don't know if you use them for insurance, but you get a discount on your auto insurance, which is pretty sweet.
For AAA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have them for insurance too.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. All of a sudden we're a AAA ad.
Yeah. Fucking. Here's the thing, man. Anytime I have called up for any kind of service, be it AAA or ordering a fucking pizza, I don't treat the other person on the other end of the line like they're a piece of shit.
But you know why?
I don't treat them like a piece of shit.
You know why, though? It's because you've been on the other end of the phone. Like, same here, but that's because, I've been on the other end of that phone. We know what it's like.
Yeah.
So
we know what it's like.
You don't want to subject someone else to that.
Yeah.
But other people haven't done that. People haven't had to take call after call after call, where sometimes people are just like, you're worthless, you're a piece of shit, and maybe that's not what they say, but that's how they make you feel, because it's like, what, like you said, what are you, retarded because you can't get a tow truck here because I have a flat? There's only so much I can do, dude. It's sort of like one of my favorite questions that I get from customers. I'm in New Hampshire, and they're in, Texas, and they want to know when they can expect it. It doesn't really matter where they are. When can I expect a call back from so-and-so? Well, let me use my crystal ball here and figure out when this other person who's not me is going to call you back. How the hell do you want me to answer that? I don't know. I can't necessarily promise when I personally would call you back. I got shit to do. I don't know. Between now and later, okay? How do you want me to answer that? But again, people haven't been in the situation where they've been asked these ridiculous questions. I'm sure they get their own brand of them, if they're a nurse or whatever. It's like, should I do this? No, you idiot, you shouldn't. They get their own, but they don't deal with the public the way people on the phone deal with the public necessarily. Every job has its brand of shit, is what I'm getting at.
No, and even though it's that shouldn't essentially be shrugged off and whatever, okay, it's Tuesday. It's we're trying to help you here. We are trying to provide a service that you are paying for. I'm trying to help you with said service. The more you're screaming at me and the more you're insulting me, the less I want to help you. Mm-hmm. Because you do not come off as a good person.
Right.
Much like if they were trying to help me with something and I just start screaming at them and calling them fucking morons or something like that. You think they're going to help me? No.
Right. Yeah, but they don't get that, though, because that's not what they do.
No.
And especially, in the heat of the moment, if your car's broken down and you're, in the middle of somewhere and you're pissed off, you're not going to necessarily have the emotional intelligence to rein yourself in.
No.
So, it's just one of those. It's unfortunately the nature of that job, and you have to know that going into it, that you're going to get your ass kicked. And can you deal with that?
That was the thing. I did not know about that.
Yeah.
But what I did learn is that, they project that lesson of, well, if a member is being abusive, then we take away their membership and blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. I have somebody being very verbally abusive right here. Well, we do have to service our members, and, they're in a tough spot right now. They have a fucking flat tire in their driveway. They're at home. They're safe where they are. If they were broken down on the side of the highway, all right, I get it.
Yeah. The thing is, I see your point, because yes, there should be a cutoff where, if people are being particularly abusive and the situation calls for it, you should be able to hang up on them. In that situation where, if I have a flat tire and I'm in my house right now talking to you, and my car's just out there, and I'm screaming my head off at you, then yeah, you should be able to hang up on me. But at the same time, there are some people out there who aren't as ethical, shall we say, as perhaps you and I are, where they would just use that as an excuse to hang up on everybody. As soon as they said anything that they didn't like, they just, oh, see ya. You know what I mean? And you can't have that either. So it's like, again,
here's
situations like this are very complex. There's a lot of strands in old Duder's head.
True. But here's the thing, too, with AAA. Every line is recorded. Mm-hmm. So if I send a call number to like my boss and just say, hey, this person was being verbally abusive to me, can you go back and listen to this call and just let me know, is there something that I did wrong here? If there is, I will gladly call that member up and apologize. Mm-hmm. And I get nothing back. Mm-hmm. So, like, they have them essentially on tape screaming and verbalizing, verbally abusing somebody, and they're just like, whatever, it's fine. And like I've had members request something like we don't even fucking do, and I'm trying to say, like, look, we don't do this, we don't do this, we don't do this. This is not our policy. Only to have a manager come over, like, talk to the person on the phone, and they're just like, all right, yeah, we'll make an exception this one time. I'm like, well, thanks, you threw me under the fucking bus here. They're like, okay, here, you can resume the call now.
Yeah, that's the worst.
That is.
You said no, they say yes, and then, oh, here's the thing back. Like, oh, now I look like a jackass. Thank you.
Yeah, now I look like a jackass. You really think they want to fucking deal with me for the rest of this fucking call?
Like, how else can this guy prove to be incompetent?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I'm just trying to do my job, but okay, whatever.
Ugh, fucking unreal, man.
I know this is a complete left turn, but can I play an old love song, too? A love song to AAA?
I love you for that.
I just feel like playing my guitar, man. I don't know. It's sitting right next to me, man. It's like taunting me. This is the thing, though. Like, now that I'm not teaching anymore, like, I actually want to play, so. All right, yeah, I'll do one more song, and then no more songs for today. All right.
No, you can do it. You can do another song. Go for it, man. Right. Like, you're, as far as I'm concerned, man. Like, you are.
What's up?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
No, what's up?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Say, man, as far as I'm wait, what do you say? What do you say? As far as I'm concerned, you are, fucking co-owner of this podcast.
Right on.
You can make these shot calls too. Don't fucking lay it all on me.
All right, fair enough. Because
otherwise, I just feel like, well, fuck the podcast, man. I'm gonna go make some brownies.
So this is a song. I said old because it's a song that I wrote a long time ago, and I was actually going to record it. My original project was going to be to record an album, and then the songs just weren't really working for me. I felt like I was forcing it. So this is one of those songs that I never actually got around to recording, but I actually kind of dig it. It's one of my kind of go-tos when not that I perform much, but if I do, this is one of my faves, if you will. And it's aptly titled after the chorus, which is called I'll Suffer for Everything You Do. It's kind of like my weird version of a love song. It's myself of all regret. Now my body cries. Take my turn, I'll wait for you as you go along. Think I weep, I talk too much, I'm weaker than my ego. Cry until I drown myself, I'm fading in my dreams. And I'll suffer for everything you do. I'll suffer for everything you do. Saw her kiss but felt the pinch. She crucified me with her eyes. Hanging there, it rained on me. It woke me from my sleep. Fix my head with afterthoughts of busy bird and freeway. Memories are to and fro, but you're so in me. And I'll suffer for everything you do. I'll suffer for everything you do. Myself of all regret, now my body cries. Take my turn, I'll wait for you as you go along. I'll suffer for everything you do. I'll suffer for everything you do. I'll suffer for everything you do. I'll suffer for everything you do.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Feels good to play, man. It really does. Can't lie.
Well, no, it feels good to play because you want to, because of your passion.
Yeah.
No, because somebody's on the clock, just like, hey, come on, time's money. Let's go.
Yeah.
By the way, still those points.
Teach me smoke on the water. I don't want to. I've already done it 50 times today.
Like, can you teach me how to play Stairway to Heaven? You just point to a sign, no stairway.
Yeah. Denied.
Yes. For good reason.
Yeah. Oh,
man. Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
I usually follow that up with I usually put that right into a cover of Neutral Milk Hotel, but I didn't want to get copyright sued, so or copyright claim,
yeah.
so.
Well, yeah.
So I didn't. Plus, it would have extended it by another like 3 minutes, and that was enough. So.
Yeah, man. So I think that's pretty much like everything that's going on in our lives and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, like despite everything, I don't know about you, but I'm surprisingly hopeful and happy, honestly. Like one thing that my mom noted is that she's like, you look very relaxed, and I was like, you know what, I am fucking relaxed. Like I'm trying to just make the best out of this and enjoy it, and like I don't answer to anybody except for myself, and I can kind of do what I want. If I want to go hang out with people, I go hang out with people. If I want to stay home and pet the cat, I stay home and pet the cat. If I want to cook, I cook. Like it's not a bad existence, honestly. And as long as the bills get paid, like I really don't have too much that's stressing me out right now. So I don't know how you feel about where you're at. I would hope that you're in a similar boat, and if not, that you can somehow get there sooner than later. Because again, I care about you, man. And I try to find these little things here and there to try to throw at you to give you a little shining ray of hope now and again.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one of those things. Like, am I happy where I am right now? No.
Yeah.
But I'm taking steps to try and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. I just feel like with you, man, like you keep running into wall after. It's like, you know. You get a new job, and it's like, all right, this is great. As long as I get out of this fucking place, I'll be good. And then boom, that's a wall. And then it's like, all right, well, as long as I get out of this place, and like I would really like for you to see that end somehow, and I don't know what that's gonna take, but I would really like for that
I don't
cycle
know.
to break.
That's the thing, man. I don't know. Like, I know I have applications into like other places to try and like get the fuck out of where I am.
Mm-hmm. But I think too, like you need an outlet. I think you need to try to this like voice acting thing, and even if that fails, like just try shit, man, and try to see what lights your fire aside. Because that's the thing is like you might have to do something to pay the bills, but like you can do something else to enjoy it, you know.
And that's part of the thing too that I'm trying to work out like with my therapist was like every day I would go to work. I'm fucking tired. I'm burnt out when I get out of work, and then I have like an hour and a half drive home, so I'm even more tired by the time I get home. And then it's like, well, hey, we need you to do something. Oh, fuck. Let me grab something to eat. Like, come on, no. Just help me out with this. Help me out with this. Fuck. And it's like just the more it piles on, it's just you almost. I don't want to say like your Atlas like holding up the world, but you feel like you're holding up, your world and somebody else's, and in a way you shouldn't be.
Yeah, and I wonder like, and I don't want to like come off the wrong way here, but I wonder how much of it is like your expectations and the way you perceive stuff, and how much of it is like, because I'm not trying to diminish that you're suffering or whatever, but like, maybe there's a reason for this pattern. Maybe the pattern is that like you got to find something that works better for you, but maybe it's not necessarily just the next job. And I don't know.
It's like I've always said like if I won, shit ton of money from like Powerball for whatever reason, I would essentially just like go off the fucking grid for at least like 2 weeks. Like nobody would hear from me. Nobody would get a text message, a phone call, or anything like that. It's like I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do.
Yeah, you need to be like Arnold, man. I need the vacation. When's the last time you've had a vacation? Like legit, like you
like an actual.
You like a legit vacation, not like you went somewhere for a wedding or something. Like you actually went on a vacation.
October.
Oh, okay.
Like October, I went to Disney with a bunch of friends. So.
Oh, right on. Oh yeah, that's right. Because remember, you got your lightsaber and shit.
Yeah.
I love that shit-eating grin. Like, yeah, I did. I got my lightsaber.
Yeah, you know what? I did that.
Good for you, though, man.
And I learned something. And I learned something about life that day when I got back too.
What's that?
Anytime you have something good, you always have that one person that's going to try to diminish it a little bit, no matter how much happiness you've gotten from it.
That's true.
Like, I came home, I was like, yeah, I got my lightsaber, this thing's awesome. Showing it off to my mom and whatnot, like, this is cool, I was making all the noises. And she just looks at it and she goes, huh, so you paid $200 for a flashlight that makes noises. I was like, can't I have fun with this? Like, I'm already pissed off because of the whole Southwest fucking thing, which I think I talked about in a previous podcast.
Yeah. But... Oh, man.
Ugh.
I know she was just busting your balls, but yeah, that doesn't help.
But it's like, come on, man. Fucking timing.
Yeah. Yeah, give it some time.
I'm gonna go put on a Winnie Pooh mask.
It's to go on a rampage. Where's Piglet?
Yeah, like that's the thing that leads to the rampage.
His mom makes fun of the fact that he bought a lightsaber and he just had it.
Somebody make fun of Winnie Pooh's lightsaber. He's like, fuck it, that's it.
I don't need to take this.
He just beats the shit out of somebody. He's like, starts walking away. They're just like, oh bother, you're still alive.
He uses the lightsaber on them.
Just fucking, like,
not just a silly toy now, is it?
He just kills them with vegetables from Rabbit's garden.
We just went from the 100-acre wood to the 100-body wood. Oh man, theme song for that movie? Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Yeah. I could picture Pooh running amok to bodies. Not that I'm a big fan of that song or anything, but it would be kind of funny.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. Winnie the Pooh killing people to let the bodies hit the floor.
Oh, dude. Oh, even better. Like if he's killing like, there's chances are there's gonna be like those horror tropes of like some girl in a bikini is gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
Just start
Rabbit in a
playing
bikini. Stay out of my vegetable patch. Ah!
Just start playing Motley Crue's "You're All I Need."
Yeah.
Like, because how fucking funny would that be? Like people would be like,
amazing.
"Why are they playing a love song while he's killing somebody?" It's like you listen to the lyrics, like, oh shit. Like one of the lines is, what is it? Oh fuck, I can't even remember the fucking lyrics now. God damn it, Bruce.
Yeah. You're too young to be this old.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Just getting older.
Every minute.
Yeah, I think one of the lyrics is something like, when I took your lips, I took your breath. Sometimes love's better off dead. Like shit.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Because there was that story that Nikki Sixx was telling. He's like, apparently Doc McGee was talking to John Bon Jovi, and Bon Jovi's like, shit, dude, fucking Nikki just wrote the best love song of all time. He's like, wait, what song is that? He's like, You're All I Need. So Doc is telling Nikki the story. He's like, oh shit, tell him to listen to the fucking lyrics.
Oh man. One thing with the Pooh movie though is they cannot kill Eeyore, because that would be perfect irony. Is that like the one guy who would want to die doesn't get to die.
Yeah, like Pooh just lets him live.
Yeah, like
like how torturous would that be for him?
Exactly.
Like, Pooh just like pretends like he's going to kill him. He's like, you're living in your own hell now. You die when I say you can.
Yeah, like the last shot of the movie is like a big pan out, and it's just Eeyore surrounded by all these like dead bodies, and he's just like, oh man.
I know how you feel.
I've been dead inside for years.
What if like Eeyore's the one that takes Pooh down at the end?
That would be awesome. I was thinking originally like he'd be like the cult leader that's in charge of the whole thing, but that's a little too obvious. But making him the hero would be kind of funny.
The cult of Pooh.
Yeah, the cult of Pooh-anality. Like Little Piglet or Eeyore.
You said no more singing.
That's true. You said no more singing.
Fucking liar.
You lied to me.
God damn. But I think that's going to do it for us today, man. We'll start talking about Pooh going on a killing spree. I think that's the time to wrap it up.
Yeah. And we're re-greasing the same wheel.
Yeah. As far as like plugs and whatnot, I know you and I are going to record some game videos like sometime in the near future.
Yeah.
It's all about like schedules lining up and whatnot.
And getting to one another now that you're substantially further away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna definitely make some more gaming videos. Like I have a Switch, we're gonna do Switch games, like, challenge Bruce to Mario Kart, or maybe we'll do some Smash Brothers. I think Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge comes out next month, so we'll definitely be doing that. Yeah, Return to the 2D platform. 2D.
Talking too much about Pooh. Talking Return to the Duty platform.
2D fucking fruity.
There you go.
Yeah, so we're gonna be doing that. Yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of games and whatnot. If you guys have suggestions, please put them down in the comments. Or find me on Twitter at @STS_Radio Andrew. Bruce, you got anything to plug there, man?
No, not yet. I'll eventually have some songs to be plugging, but not yet. I'm hoping to have it done by the end of the summer. So.
Nice.
But I'm also thinking of releasing them like as I finish them too. So like, because I'm kind of gonna Normally what I want to do is like I work on all the songs all at once and then try to finish the whole thing in one big swoop, but I think what I'm going to do this time is a little bit different and do one at a time. So I might release them kind of as they're done as well.
Yeah, either way, man.
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to do it for us this week on Let Us Cast. I am Andrew.
I am Bruce.
And we will catch you cats down the road. We'll see you next week.
Booyah.